gonna be a giveaway
yeah,
before
some more
that.
giveaways before that.
It's
I would love to have the standings given away to us, actually.
yeah, I would love to. I think we can expect them coming right over, but they had so much stuff to give away. Gosh. Like, I would be surprised if one of those kids didn't receive anything. Like, there's so much stuff.
Yep, that's true. Well, what do you do when you're a team at the bottom of the standings right now, though? As we said during the previous one, you can pretty much play very aggressively to try and break the game for others or build the game up for yourself if you get a successful aggressive game. But are there any other options, really?
I mean, there is an option to do like 20k game and winning. Then maybe, but I think
So what, like hoping to get into the late game to then maybe in the late
I
game
think the first step should be dropping on somebody. Dropping on somebody, get this early LM, maybe 2, maybe 4, depending on the spot, and then feeling comfortable to try to quickly engage. Not even farm them at too long or equipment too long. Just get what you need and try to force fights straight away to get those extra LMs before the team's collapsing, because the moment when the people start collapsing on each other, you've got less time to be more aggressive, because the third party comes pretty quickly from them. So the bigger the zone, the better for you. Yeah. If you miss the timeline, like the time spot, you don't fall. Like, you have to hope that at the end game you will get those LMs, and it's hard. Like, if you don't have your equipment, if you don't have your junk rifts or anything else, which will help you to get those LMs in a large amount, then you don't. Like, you will not be able to bounce off. Even with the win and 5 LMs, you will not come back from being the bottom.
Yeah, very much true. Because in the even 2 wins with 0 LMs, that's not gonna get you back up right there. And you only have a single game left right here, right?
Yeah. And I think, to be honest, if you're on the bottom right now, the last game, it's too late to start risking the stuff as well. You should have, if you knew, because more or less you are aware how many eliminations you did, what your placement is. You know, but like, you feel that you either didn't perform well and you didn't get the points, or you know that you are somewhere in the middle. So you should be thinking it just after the break. Okay, if the next one game or second, like 2 games in a row, we will just get a couple of points. The last 2 games, we will just go super aggressive, get the LM. Because you cannot go on the last game full ham, because it never works. Like, you will not get 30 points out of nowhere.
Yeah,
there's no way.
And even like the current official tournaments, like, you have those W key games where you get into the game, you just push instantly as much as possible, get like 3, 6, 9 points out of these eliminations. You just quit the game and start another one. So sometimes you might have like 2, 3, 4 of these games if you're doing extremely well, but you still always want to leave 2 games for the end. Because if you just jump into the last one and expect to go for ham and get 30 points, most likely something's going to go wrong. Yeah. So you always want to have that one additional game so you can restart if something goes wrong.
Because usually what happens in your brain, you're trying too hard to get those LMs, and you're making so many mistakes. And you thinking in the back of your head that you don't have any other chances to do it. So, as I said, it's good to leave yourself like a safety net, that if you will drop out somewhere and you fail, you still have one more chance to just improve and get better. So, as I said, if they hope to get better and get more points and try to get top 15, they should be thinking about it, not now, but at least one or 2 games before, because 1 game will not change the whole tournament from like 8 games. Like, you will not.
Yeah, especially not in 8 games.
8 games.
Maybe if it was 5.
Yeah, in 5, with the Victory Royale and decent amount of elimination, you might have been turning around a bit. But with the 8, you can't overtake somebody who's been performing decently for 8 games with 1 game.
Yep, for sure. Now, well, I believe that we'll be soon going into the game.
Yeah,
the stage guys just hyping the crowd up and taking it off the stage from themselves. So the players are ready. Good luck, have fun. We'll see what happens. Let me ask you, what do you want to see this game? Do you want to see another game like all those 7 before, like maybe more like the 4th, 5th, and 6th?
Oh, I'll just stop you right there because we've got the standings there.
Yep.
So it's 69 points by Dex and Phoenix.
So they actually did do something this game.
Yeah, but the Mozart are in second, and it's a three-way tie.
Yeah.
Three-way tie between Mozart and Richard, Nova and Baiko, and so I've told you, everything's gonna be till the last minute of the game. And we're back, and we just started, and there's already Brutes eliminating 2 people.
Wow, that's insane of a start to this game. But yeah, I wanted to ask you, what do you want to see? A calm and collected game, maybe very... Oh my god, he's just gonna try to run off the map! No, he can't even do that! He stops on something. Well, there we go.
My.
Oh, what did those were the mech guys, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. Well,
The mech guys going down to a mech.
Yeah, they just tasted their own medicine. And I wanted to say more aggression, but I didn't expect that big of aggression.
Wow.
People just eliminating each other straight away.
Yeah, so did you want to see a chaotic game where everybody's just smashing each other for the points, or did you want to see another just stacked game, calm and collected?
No, I would love to see a bit of more action, but more spread action, because this early game could use some extra like interesting parts. And well, I didn't expect to be everything so chaotic at the beginning, but I wouldn't mind to have more fights during the game, and then at the end having 20 people to just be in this last zones and have some fighters there.
Okay. Why?
And I think taco time coming, yeah.
There we go, 70 people left. That's much less than in the previous games. Now 69 all of a sudden. More people fighting. A brute versus a brute fight right here down in Loot Lake. It's insane. Yeah. It's just insane. And yeah, people just trying to have fun, I believe, by the end of the tournament.
Because everybody's just like on the snobby shows, there's so many people fighting over the...
What a nice bump from Impul.
And Sky is just being... and Reno just...
yeah,
I mean...
Sky and Reno, they're up there in the standings. Actually, they're going to win this fight. Fortunately enough for them, because Impul, he's one of these guys that don't really care too much. They've got nothing to lose. But Sky and Reno, they're pretty much up there in the standings. They wouldn't want to have their game broken by a brute.
And we've got a Rafa and Cookie, I mean, right now, but Rafa is on Moisty Plants and nobody contesting the Moisty Plants. That's a huge spot.
Yeah, looking good for them, definitely, but maybe not a lot of people wanted to learn this new spot, right?
And we've got some Pacific Rim over here just fighting the mechs, Transformers, and they've lost their mech.
He really needs to deal some damage to that. Not sure how he's going to do it, as he's only got an infantry rifle. Not the greatest weapon to fight with a mech.
Why did they left the mech?
Probably because it's on no HP. But he's trying to get... well, what is he trying to do? I would just swap seats and try to take
I think he tried to go... He tried to come back for Tyrene. And he just got knocked.
Yeah, what I would have done in this situation if they weren't paying attention to the other brutes, just to get into the gunner.
Oh no, they are contest. Are they though?
The Rafa has gone down to Jacob. So we were wondering where he went after the after the Pleasant Park. And here he is.
Yeah, contesting the Moisty Plant. So they hoping for some extra LMs, and well, they delivered. They get some. Besnikos got 1 LM.
And you know what they do? They take all the chances away from Rafa of being into top 15, most likely.
Yeah, or top 15. Poor Rafa, with 2 wins.
God damn it. Well, we will see the full standings most likely after this, though. So maybe he's in that top 15, but I don't think so.
No, I don't. I mean, I haven't seen him in any of the end games except those 2 games when he won. So I'll be surprised if he is, but I don't believe he is.
Reno and Sky actually in a pretty bad position right here. They tried to use this mech to get back at some other enemies. Actually, what Reno got an elimination with the Brutes, but a little bit late. He was not in the Brute anymore, and he got an elim with it.
I'm surprised. I mean, I'm surprised how many people are by the Snobby shows this game. Because there was three teams just on the Snobby, and now it's the fourth. So I don't know if they just going full aggressive. Like it's 60 people left, so already 6 teams dropped out from the game, and the first zone not even like it's slowly closing right now. So, well, that's gonna be an aggressive game.
Yeah, and no mats at all for the people that are using the Brutes right here. They're trying to farm up a tiny bit. Back to some more mech action. Insane. That is just...
I'm not sure if it's scripted or something, because I cannot believe there's so many mechs.
But I believe this is Cookie coming back for his teammate's card. He wants to reboot him. And the other team is just the same guys.
Probably
down, right?
I mean, this mech got loads of HP though. Oh, no.
They do get the mech down, and Cookie now having some trouble trying to run away. Actually, I think he had the grappler.
Where is he?
So he did get away pretty far.
Oh, did he? Okay.
If he just uses the grappler more and more, I think he might as well get away from them. And he did.
That's so intense, though. Yeah, I think so. I wouldn't be chasing him. That's such a waste of time if he... yeah, they will stop. Like, I wouldn't expect them to start chasing him, because that would be so pointless. In the meantime, we're like
they're still fighting, actually. Yeah. I thought they actually eliminated the people that were in there. Marino is going to get that guy down.
Oh, so he's a teammate?
Yeah, it was his teammate from Jurak, but... Well, not a teammate in the tournament, though.
And so they're both alive.
That's really good for them.
And they've got a pretty decent amount of elimination this game. It's a good start.
Oh, but the zone is pretty far away, actually.
Oh, they've got a
llama. But do they get some healing out of it? They do get another jump pad. Okay.
That's huge for them.
And a slurp, obviously. That's also going to be quite a bit of health that they need here.
But the amount of mats on the sky is not huge as well, so he has to be careful for the next fight. Where was the zone ending, though? Was it by the Gotham City now?
I think so, but we don't see it on the map right now. I'm not going to be guessing. Yeah, now we start seeing the...
And Tayoski
very far.
So it's... No, it's by... It has to be by the half of the map, so by Dusty now. I wonder...
It's coming back at least. It's not going to be further for them. What are they going to get?
And they're fighting again!
What? They find 2 teams actually fighting. They're third partying so deep into the zone. They get another elim on Adagard.
And they've got only 26 HP. They have to be careful right now. The zone is very close, so I would just push straight to the zone.
More bandages from this guy. That's gonna be great for them. Another jump pad. Well, they're set.
Oh my god, they're so lucky this game. I love this.
If they just find a safe spot right here. Well, the zone is quite far, but not so far. I mean, they will be able to reach it on foot if they have to. Is Sky's teammate actually alive, though? Yes, he is. 62 HP. I believe he was the guy that drank the slurp.
And they've got they've got 5 points from eliminations right now, so they got decent.
Not bad, but I think it got a tiny bit too chaotic with them right here, because they got attacked by a brute. Just barely left the fight alive. They picked up the brute themselves. They got into another fight, but into the zone. They were walking out of the zone, got into another fight, actually as a third party, so they didn't really, it didn't really hurt them too much. But I think it is a little bit too crazy of a game to be comfortable in a situation like this.
Yeah, I mean...
They have to calm it down right now, and by far.
But I think it's a good, like, if they do work out, then they'll be pretty upset. But it worked out pretty well for them, and I think that's what they needed, the extra points at the beginning of the game, just to close the gap between them and the top 5. Because I think they were just outside the top 5. So I think they're pretty happy what's happened right now.
Yeah, should be good.
And Puffik with his teammate abusing the mech again. I mean, again.
And there is another
mech.
They're going straight for that other route right there.
No, I think somebody took it as well. So
it did push back further into the desert, so they're not catching up to it anytime soon. Still 120 wood, 140 brick. That's not a good amount of
No, that's...
Unfortunately, we don't see the health on the brute. So we don't know if they can like safely stay in it and don't have to farm up, or if they actually should start worrying about the mats.
I think there's another team. Oh no, he's okay. It's his teammate because I seen somebody putting the roof there, and I wasn't sure if. In the meantime, we got the mustache on our screens with one elimination.
Well, that's probably on the spectator too. He clearly is not going for the mech strat. These guys are playing it out in a standard way, just landing on the greasy.
Yeah, now I think now they will try to get the aggressiveness. Like I think they're just looking right now for somebody to be like on their own without any people around them, so they can just get aggressive, get this extra elims.
But just take a look at their mats. This time they actually took the time to farm up.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What I think is going on right here is this is finally the game where they want to completely shut themselves down and just wait for the late game. They don't want to fight at all because maybe they think this is the W key game. This is the animal game where everybody's going to be fighting and everybody's going to want to give away their entire life just to get that one more point for Elens. So maybe they want to avoid that.
Maybe. I mean, and they're not right. They're not wrong because, as you can see, Skay again. They're trying to force another fight in the zone. And did they just use their rift? I mean, no.
Oh, those are the boomerangs.
Oh, all right. That's explains a lot. And they fight in the zone without need. That fight is unneeded for them.
It is unneeded
and they
for
got
their
Sashi.
enemies, for sure.
Yeah.
These guys are just, I mean, they're going with the flow.
Yeah. Sashi is being down.
More jump pads, so they can just allow themselves to do that for nothing. Well, they will end up going down to like 10 HP each.
And they got another elimination, so they get 2 eliminations out of them, but 9 HP is not a huge amount. And one's
still 2 more points. I mean, with the amount of stuff that they had, they wouldn't probably make it too far into the late game. So instead getting 2 more points, instead of the placement, right?
Yeah, they got the
I feel like
exact
it is
point.
okay.
Yeah.
But they completely broke the game for the other team.
Yeah.
I mean, like, imagine being the people who went down to these guys W King right now. They killed like 3 or 4 teams, right?
Yeah, I mean,
some people must be pissed at them.
Especially the last team, they were just walking by in the zone. Like, they were like outside of the safe zone, getting ambushed and fight. And in the meantime, Kevin getting the knock on a guy with the fall, so I bet there was a collapse going there. But them I think they just going like a full W key, like the Sky and the Renault, just hoping not to survive through the end game, but just to utilize as much aggression as they can.
They're still alive. If they find some more bandages and set up another ambush like that previous one, they might even get 2 more points. And yeah, you cannot fight the brutes.
And Martin, you getting eliminated, so they were
even
in the top 10.
Even a player from the top 10, right? And he was even on top 2 for quite a bit of time. Even such a player can just not fight the brutes at all.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, especially with the mouse, and we can see 4 brutes walking around that area. Exactly. It's just like you cannot afford fighting any brute because you will get stoned by other one.
And it wasn't even such a big thing this far into the tournament. It feels like this last game is the brute kind of story.
There was one game.
Yeah, but we had like a single team abusing the brute, or at most 2. While in this game, it's everybody playing the brute, right? So we didn't really worry about it so much this far. But right after we get an interview talking about the brutes, people kind of remember, whoa, there are brutes in the game.
And I mean, the Alda and Pofik, they just abusing it. Like, they went for the cookie, they won against the cookie with the mech, and now they just trying to make as much aggression on the other teams.
While we're on it, where is Cookie actually? Because he did manage to run away with that.
Oh yeah!
He's somewhere, somehow, might be alive still.
And Momindo getting knocked down by Dave. Let's hope it's just knock and not the elimination on him.
In the meantime, Alpha actually getting a knock himself, so these 2 teams, Slapjins and Alpha.
Somebody was hiding in the cold and it got like almost stomped by the mech. And they start building. Somebody's in the cold, obviously.
Oh, but he did run away with the grappler, and the mech is now gone. So hopefully he'll be able to survive the slaughter of brutes.
And Momindo just got eliminated, so it's only on the hands of Kevin. Yeah,
that's right.
hope for the top 3 or at least try to get some extra points.
37 people left. Didn't we usually have like 50 people at this?
Yeah, oh man, I
zone
mean, we had
this
at
point of
this,
the game?
yeah. I mean, we had way more people. I think it's, you can see clearly that it's more aggressive. Like Richard and Motors, they not playing any aggression. They just
Oh, but they're
try.
still getting naded and they get hit by that.
Matches in judo eliminating Sky, so Sky managed
be
to
able
get
to WK anymore.
Yeah, exactly, they just got stopped. Like, hold on, man.
Oh, Richard, he does have enough healing to get back up to full HP, so he'll definitely try to do that. But some random grenades out of nowhere, just attacking Richard and Motors, the most peaceful people on the server.
Exactly.
Imagine that.
How
No,
dare they?
but in this game, really, they didn't do anything. They weren't harming anybody. They weren't even like shooting people. Not even thinking to eliminate anybody. They were just trying to get into the zone. So as I said, they decided to take the easy path.
Yeah.
They want to just go for the placement. They know they're pretty high up. They just want to secure the money and hope that the other teams from the top are just going to go down to these W
And
keyers.
that's what I think that they doing what you just said, that they notice that everybody's trying to get as much kills as they can, and Pyko just getting that. They know that the more they wait, it's gonna be easier for them to finish the game on the first place.
Yeah. So
Oh, Cookie just got there.
there we go. So he did survive.
Yes.
So he did survive. And now he goes down. So Pico got a single elim right now. So they are doing something alongside with Nova. The Slavgen guys did get into a bit of a fight.
They got eliminations.
They got some elims, I think, but then they also lost one guy.
Yes.
So maybe Kevin can still fight for something, but we're not sure if they'll be able to do much. And Mozart and Richard are both alive still.
And we haven't seen anything from Phoenix or Dex
Yeah.
as well. So they are hiding somewhere.
But they usually, like in the previous game also, we couldn't really see them
Yeah.
at all until the moment that they actually hit.
Yeah. So I think what they're doing is they're trying to avoid now everybody. Mozart in the meantime getting elimination. But I think because they've got they've got 7 points difference between them. Now it's a bit less.
Nova with another one.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a big fight between Mozart, Richard, and Nova Pyko for the second place. And Dex Phoenix, they just know that if they survive till the end game and then get some couple of elements, they secure the first spot.
That's true, and they are still most likely alive. Well, that's definitely the people that we want to see the most, but we don't really have a point of view on them, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And we're going to just wait and look at the kill feed, anxiously waiting for them
But
to show up.
that's how I imagine this tournament going. Like till the end, till the last zone, all of the teams are being alive.
Just look at
fight.
the mats.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's so unusual for these guys.
Yeah. You can tell that they were not being aggressive, they just being pretty smart this game. Like almost 1,000 of mats. Oh, and get some extra shots there. Mustache with 2 elms. I wonder if how many Richard got.
Probably none. I think they only got the one elim. The other one is at the start on the spectator.
Jacob as well alive. They've been doing pretty well before the break, and then after the break they just like
Yeah, they fell off.
disappeared.
But maybe it was the warm-up thing. Maybe something else. I don't know. We'll probably get the chance to ask them after the
Pyko,
tournament.
I mean, Kevin just dropped down, so they are
So
out.
Slavgen are out of the competition right here. So
I mean, they already won some money.
they
but
definitely will get some money for this, but they will not fight for the top 3. They will probably end up on a 4th place or maybe even fall down a little bit.
So it's now everything between Mosas and Pyko. I mean, Mosas, Richard, and Nova Pyko. Ooh, that's a huge junk rift.
He probably could have ran away from there, but, well, Besnikas manages to get that. The enemy wasn't, well, feeling like moving.
Yeah,
so
he was like,
let's
well,
go.
whatever.
I mean, that was Reno after all, so he already got his share of,
eliminations.
of points for this game for sure.
And no Pafik, the guy with the mech from this game, surviving so long. I wonder if his teammate is still alive or he's just on his own. Getting some extra metal. Oh, no, his teammate is alive. Besnikos having some more pressure on the guys.
trying to get some free shots down, and yeah, this end game is going to be a little bit more loose. So so these guys.
But
can
I
just
still
look for these
30
shots.
people. Still 30 people, even though there's so much aggression. There's still 30 people in such a small zone.
It's definitely not bad, but it is a little bit more loose. So
Yeah,
there is some space for these guys to try and work something out if they want to find some elims for themselves.
Not just looking for some aliens here, opening, editing those walls, trying to look if there's any opening for them to just get somebody unexpected. Like they're looking, they know that somebody's walking around, they just cannot find him. And the heavy sniper can do magic for them. Just opening quickly the wall and just jumping together on somebody can make their game.
Yeah, and Motosh especially knows perfectly how to play with this weapon. He's just a heavy sniper specialist, I would say.
So we'll see if they will use it correctly, if they will try to utilize it to get more elims, or they will just try to survive till the end. Now Yapko is eliminating Fori, so still nothing happening between those top 3 teams. No any major changes to the scoreboard right now.
I believe this is one of the first times that Yapko is actually getting into the late game.
Yeah.
We saw them a lot in the early games and some on some matches, but definitely not in the late games.
Okay, so and it, like the zone is collapsing, and then Richard is just eliminated Mive, so extra point for them.
Yeah, maybe a little bit unlucky. And maybe with Arctics, actually, I want to say they weren't having the flashiest tournament of their life, but definitely pretty consistent. Like, they've been here and there, they've done some good stuff. I think they should be happy with their performance.
Yeah, no, Richard, they're looking now. They know that they have to step up with their eliminations, otherwise they're gonna be in a pretty tough spot later on. But still, such a small zone, and just 2 people got eliminated since the zone was collapsing. So, matches in the meantime, they're knocking out Alkan. So they're still alive with the duo. They're having a great game this time as well. Shame it was so late. Oh, they found somebody underneath them.
Richard and
Dex getting knocked.
They're still alive. That's really good for them, and they're starting to rack up the elims. And well, may they live as long as possible. Motosh is getting the finish out there. He's getting another one, actually.
Richard in the meantime got knocked and eliminated as well. So now it's everything in hand of Motosh. No pressure.
But the IG guys are both alive, if I'm not mistaken. So
I think they
fighting for the first place is going to be impossible.
And Pyko still as well alive, eliminating 1, 2, 3, 4,
oh
5.
my goodness, what is going on? All the teams from the top are just getting the elims left and right, and Jacob
Pyko
also
again. Oh my god.
in.
So I think now the Motosh has to step up. I think he noticed.
Wow,
Pyko,
the top 3 is just going wild right now.
Motosh eliminating Jacob, and Dax got knocked down. So
yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be such a close game. Dex eliminated Nova.
The top 3 teams actually still alive in the
Phoenix,
top
Phoenix
3
just died by Pyko, so now it's all on hands of Nova and Pyko and Motosh and Richard. Will they manage to get... Oh, I think it's 1 versus 1. Motosh looking for the last guys.
There's
oh, he had somebody to use the impulse.
Pyko
and Nova is
and
just
the impulse. Oh, he's gonna get the Montage, destroying the guy with
Stroke
160 bump. Stroke is the one to take this one home. But I mean, obviously this is gonna be great for them. This is gonna ramp them up in the standings out there. But we have no idea what is going on at the top, because all the top 3 teams stayed alive until the very end and got an extremely close amount of points between each other.
Yeah, I just don't really like. I tried to follow how many Pyko and Nova and Richard and Motosh.
You cannot keep
but
up.
At some point there was a
kill
collapse.
just went wild. It just got DDoSed.
I will easily say that was the best finale ever, because I have no clue who's the best.
Yeah,
like, I don't know who's the top 1, top 2, or top 3. Everybody just gonna wait with anticipation.
Very
and
close.
It's just amazing. I love it.
Oh, and the victors of this game, hopefully putting themselves somewhere up there in the top 10 to get some more money. But we know that the story is not all about them. We even have a team that won 2 games, and they didn't really get much.
Exactly, and I'm surprised if they are in top 10, because we haven't seen standings after the last game. did we?
We did see them, but very briefly.
Briefly.
And also, we only saw standings for top 10 for the entire tournament.
Exactly,
We
as
don't
well.
know what is going on further. And starting at top 15, there's
You got
already
the-
prize money. So this is pretty important to us. We at least want to see that top 22.
Yeah,
And
but
most likely, we would love to see the entire standings, actually.
of course. But for me, right now, don't get me wrong, the top 3 is the most important thing. I just want to find out who is the best.
I think IG boys are going to take it.
I believe so as well, but I believe Mozart and Richard will be second. Especially with the last action when
Because they were
Mozart just
tied.
destroyed.
Because they were tied, so it all goes down to just the
Yeah.
elims, right?
Because
Who
they
more.
got extra 2 points, because they got second place. Is the second place and the third place different?
I don't think so. I think it's the same.
It's the same points,
Yeah,
two places.
yeah.
Okay, so now it's everything on the elims. Who's get more elims in the last
Yeah,
game?
11-25, that's 2. Then 3 for
Ooh,
6 to
that's
10. Yep, that should be.
And I think that's gonna be action from Mozart dropping on the Pyko, and now it's everything
Now the
happening.
kills just going down. Pyko, Nox, Elims. I think he got 3 with this one. IG boys got 2 or 3. Pyko got some more shotguns and another Elim that's 5 from him.
And now the Mozart dropping on him.
Yeah, Pyko is gonna get the frag right here, right? Yeah.
And he was just about to
Mozart
use-
had 7, Pyko had 6. So, in theory, it should be Mozart and Richard above them because they were tied. Was that a heavy snipe instead of a shotgun?
Did he really?
I think he just no-scoped him instead of shotgunning him.
If that elimination was the key major to them winning this, I mean, being second, I will have to personally go to
No
Mozart and
way.
shake his head.
No way.
If he wins,
And this game, just a few minutes ago, I said that he's a heavy sniper specialist. I mean, you cannot predict that. You cannot set that up.
No.
You cannot be sure you're going to hit that shot. But hitting it,
like
it's
he
just insane.
just had to say to himself, like, this is my one time, this is my one shot, one opportunity. Like, and hitting that shot in a situation, like, okay, having that shot in top 30, that's okay.
Yeah.
Having that shot in the top 2 versus a guy who you're competing against because he's top 3, that's a different story.
It's just insane.
I couldn't imagine better finale rather than that.
Oh my god.
This tour, like,
I don't know.
I did not
I'm
expect.
not 100% sure if it was the sniper because we couldn't really clearly
Yeah,
see.
but
But
if
he
it
was
was-
just reloading the sniper, jumped down and pulled the trigger. I think that was it.
If it, I would love to have a replay again.
The numbers don't add up though, because you can deal 150 or 157 with a heavy sniper.
Yeah, but
he did exactly 160. I don't know, but
It's
no
still-
matter if it
exactly.
was the no scope or not, it looked brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, the end
like
of the game.
even if it was a fake no scope, or if it was a fake kill with the sniper, we're good with that because it looked amazing.
Exactly,
He
and
just
it's-
smashed, he just bashed the head in.
and it was perfect. Like I'm still amazed how great this game turned up. Like till the very end, we wasn't sure who's
We still
gonna
are
take
not
it,
sure. We
and we
still
still are not sure. I mean, I'm pretty confident that IG is gonna take it.
Yeah, Dex and Phoenix.
Yeah,
right.
they're gonna take it, but the top 3, that's just. I wonder if the guys.
Unfortunately, we know that Kevin and Momindo are
Yeah,
out
they're out.
of this battle for the top 3. We know for sure that the Hungarians and the Poles are fighting for it right now, and the tiniest differences in points are gonna make the difference. 7 kills on Motage, 6
on
kills on
Pyko.
Pico. We have no idea how many kills Richard got.
I
and we
think
have no
Richard
idea.
had 1, and I'm
how many
sure
kills
Nova
Nova
had
had.
1 because he knocked somebody. Okay, Nova had 1 and Richard had 1, so I think they will be even. So I think it's gonna be. I don't want to say that, but I wish Mozart was second because of the last action, but it might be different. I don't know what they've
I mean,
done.
that would be a good story, right? They fight in a 1v1 in the very end game of the last game, and this 1v1 decides who's
the
wins
best,
in the
who's
overall
better, yeah.
standings, right? That would be a great story.
That would be amazing story, and especially with them making like the first 3 games, they didn't perform well, Mozart and Richard, and
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah, they were
rising
pretty
like a
much
phoenix,
non-existent.
like rising like a phoenix from the fourth game, then fifth game not being so good, then sixth game winning the
Insane.
game,
Yeah.
and then just performing better and better, getting those kill eliminations, getting the placement points. That would be amazing.
But you can actually see that the idea, the approach for all the top teams was the same in this last final game. Like, we couldn't see Mozart getting any eliminations. We couldn't see Nova and Pico getting any eliminations. We couldn't see the IG guys showing up in a kill feed at all. All of these top teams were just hushing down in the boxes and waiting for that last
and
final
I think
moment.
what you said at the beginning with them, Mozart and Richard being not afraid, but knowing that everybody's aggressive, we could tell that all those bottom teams were fighting with each other, getting those, trying to get those as many eliminations, like for example Sky and Rafino, trying to get those eliminations, and all the top teams just like, okay guys, you keep fighting, we are fine,
exactly.
let us just do what you want, especially those mech battles, like by the loot lake. It was insane all the time, just action by action by
Don't even
action.
mention that. Not even the loot lake. I would say the snobby mech.
On the
was just
snobby fight,
insane.
I mean, I feel sorry for the guy who had to jump to his death. Like, he knew. He's like,
I mean, okay. On one hand, you could feel sorry for him, but on the other hand,
well,
he
he
was
was-
the brute guy
yeah,
in the previous game,
the
so
karma.
he got what he deserved.
yeah, the karma's back. I'm fulfilled. I did not expect to have tournament as good as this one. I expect to be. I knew it's 8 games, and we said at the beginning that anything can happen. But
And
I
it's,
did not.
once
expect
again,
this.
it's not drawn out, pointless 8 games because actually until the very 8th game, I mean, this tournament could probably even go on for 10 and still be pretty close in the very top standings. So it's great.
Yep.
It's not just boring. We're not just waiting for the end of it all because we know what's going to happen at the end of the day. It's still surprising.
Yeah, and now is the coming back the question, because at the beginning of this tournament we are talking about the point system, and we're thinking if it's right or not. This placement that is not that very rewarding if you are top 1 or top 2 or till 5. What do you think now? Do you think it's balanced?
I think the victory royale is a little bit imbalanced. Like, it should be giving more points than just 2.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't feel like it influenced the game at all. Like, additionally, having a team that has 2 victory royales and doesn't even get to top 15 to get the money, this is just insane. Like, it shouldn't be a thing.
Do you think if they will put 2 extra points for it, that will be different?
Maybe. I think yeah, it would have probably made a little bit of a difference.
And then we got some dance off on the stage. Oh, okay. Some nice moves over there. I mean, to be honest, just out of the tournament, I would love to have this llama costume for Halloween. Just to rock on the street in the llama outfit. That would be amazing. Yeah. I just can't wait. I'm just waiting. Like, I cannot get myself hype enough to see the standings. I'm just...
Actually, is this guy dancing right now the cowboy guy from the very beginning?
I will tell you when I see him. Okay.
Everybody wanna be like me. Everybody wanna be like me. Everybody wanna be like me. Bust down big chains and dress fancy. Men lie, women lie, niggas lie, yeah. I'ma ride long as I am alive, whoa. Homicide, kill 'em like genocide, yeah. Get it on camera, televised, whoa. ADHD, identify, Look at my feelings, I'm civilized, yeah. Analyze and I might spend a night with a die, get it right, bitch, if I hit it right, I remember screaming at the quarters. Drinking from the sink to get some water. Trying to pay the rent, I couldn't afford it. Stress, I made a nigga bipolar. Washing machine out of order. Nigga had a hustle on the corner. Now I'm back and forth from the border. Saving up hoes like a hoarder.
Do you like his music?
No.
replays from the previous game,
For the final game.
which was just. Oh no, it's from the first game.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's replays from Holder.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
because
because
we
that's
didn't have Slash in the
exactly, yeah.
First
That's
in
the
last
one
right?
with Mesnikos won.
That's true. So all the highlights for the day right here. Well, this fight was really unlucky.
Yeah. Oh, and that chase by the Richard and Mozart, which cost them loads of like everything basically, because they've lost so many mats afterwards.
It was a little bit hard to understand for us. Like,
Yeah.
why would they actually do that? But well, somehow it did work out for them in the end. And
Yeah.
they're up there at the top of the standings. But maybe they could have been very first place
If they
played
managed
these
to
games a
grab
little
that,
bit better.
if they managed to get this guy
Yeah.
in a mech, then that would be a different story as well. And Nova here getting lasered again.
Yeah, and that was the moment where we still didn't even know who's gonna be at the
Yeah,
top.
I think at that moment Nova wasn't even in top 5.
Yeah.
There were still somewhere like down below.
And yeah, after the first game that Dext actually won, they did show up at the top of the standings, but then they fell down a little bit. And
No,
they started coming back up after some two more games.
They won 2 games and they were on the top, and they dropped
Oh,
down.
yeah, that way. But then they started getting elims, actually. They didn't win a game again after all, but they started getting elims, and that mattered the most.
Yeah, that was the second
Yes,
game
that
they
was
won.
the second win, indeed.
That's the mistake when they've Voltec left behind, and
We later got to call them the brute guys.
The brute guys, yeah.
But they got pissed and they decided to just play with the mech.
Oh, that was the action when Richard got 9 eliminations.
It was a beautiful one.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it wasn't a beautiful one. It was actually a very messy one.
So Rafa had 1 elimination that game. So he
Yeah.
won with 1 elimination and then with non-eliminations.
Yeah.
Michael getting some. Oh no, it was the situation where they tried to go safe. There was lots of action. They would like. It was so hard to predict.
There was a lot of messy stuff, that for sure. There was a lot of situations that could have definitely been cleaner. Right here, he could have just built. He had those 2 campfires going for himself, but that's a tiny mistake right there. There's some little stuff that would have made a big difference in the big picture. After all, nobody in like game 3 or game 4 would have known that he's gonna win by or lose by a single point or 2, right?
Yeah. Like I said, no. We like before the break, our break, we were basically in the same spot as we were before the tournament. We didn't know who's gonna take it. Even though those teams who already won 2 games, we still couldn't really tell, because the point difference between top 10 and top 1 was like 2 or 3 points. So anything could happen.
Yep. Yeah, they having a little bit of a tough situation right there. Even tossing out all these shockwave grenades, didn't manage to get back into
And
the
that's
zone.
with the Mozart with the win and a couple of the extra elims, 6 elims that game.
That's where it really was solid for them already, right?
Yeah.
The first game where they got the elims, they worked that they were up to their way up to like top 8, I think, the 8th place or something.
Yeah.
But then after the win, they were in the very top 5, and they stuck to it very much until the very end.
Oh, that was. I still don't understand how.
Was it Sunny in the? Yeah, Sweet.
Sweet,
Yeah,
Sweet,
sorry,
and then Erga just knocked them off. I mean, got them.
way too many games did they have 0 mats left at the end.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Way too many games.
I think if they approach the game at the beginning of the tournament differently, that would end up differently as well.
Yeah.
Because the first 3 games they barely got any points from them. They got like only placement, maybe like placement points and extra couple of elimination, and that's it. But
Second win from Rafa.
yeah, amazing playmaking. Oh, oh, so he tried to run away that time.
But the shockwave, you just cannot escape from
Yeah.
that. Probably like, I don't know, going 2 tiles away and going a story up with some stairs probably would have saved him from the shockwave. But it was really tough in that situation. Probably impossible to really pull it off.
And now, the very end, like...
Inside.
Oh, I will know. We didn't... Oh, wait.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it was Sniper. It was heavy sniper.
I think it must have been. I don't know. Maybe
It looked like it was heavy sniper.
I think it was. I think it was. Oh,
That's a nice trophy.
It looks actually very big too.
Így az egész napi
And it looks bad,
küzdelmeknek.
it looks
Gyenge
nice.
a taps, nem lesz lootosztás. Így van, lesz még lootosztás is, de előtte azért gyorsan, most már mondjuk el, hogy kik
But
azok, akik
it is
a dobogón
huge.
végeztek,
It's about the
előtte
size of
viszont
the
felhívjuk
podium
azt a
which
szemét,
stands on.
aki átadja a díjakat. Az 1 millióan a Magyar E-sportért Egyesület elnökét szólítanám, Bíró Balást, hogy kérem fáradjon fel a színpadra. Nagy tapsot, illetve a két hostess hölgynek, akik hozzák az érmeket, illetve a csekkeket is.
Yeah.
És hát azt hiszem, hogy nem maradt más hátra, mint hogy elmondjuk azt a három
Oh no, they're
duót,
bringing the check and
a mai nap folyamán a legjobban teljesített.
oh, they're gonna get a medal. That's nice.
And these medals also, as far as I can see, look really good.
Yeah, that's nice. Because on the IEM Katowice,
A lengyel duó, Mozart és
Mozart and Richard, the big duo from Poland, coming at third.
So that's gonna be third place, right?
Third place, so they had to get 1 point or more, less. Oh, beautiful people.
Well deserved, definitely.
Yeah.
Over the past couple of months, all the lands that they've gone to, actually, they got some pretty good placement.
Yeah, and in a World Cup qualifiers and other championship series, something they always perform, so they always get some extra money. Now we've got the second, Nova and Pico.
Yep. So that's gonna be them. I wonder what. I think
Also, it was them, which we didn't know who we're talking about.
So they were the excited guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we know why they were excited.
Excited.
They were really high up in the
Exactly.
standings, indeed. So that's the second place right here, Nova and Pico.
3 point
Huge congrats to them.
Exactly.
It
That's
was,
a good-
like, well fought. It was amazing to watch them play. And I think they won by a single point over the third
But
place.
they're playing consistently. Like for the last couple of games, they were getting the points. They never dropped below top 5. They were holding to the top 3 all the time. And it just paid off.
Az 5000 eurót, azok nem más, mint Phoenix és IG Dex.
IG, Dex, and Phoenix. There we go. The victors.
Yeah, they deserved it. They won the 2 games in a row, and they managed to hold on the top 1 for the past, I think, 3 games in a row. They were just top 1 all the time. So even though they had a 1 game where they slipped and they just managed.
I think that they were the guys that we never really got to spectate for long.
Yeah,
We never had an entire game of theirs. That's why it felt for the last 2 games that it was so calm and nothing was really happening around them. But they actually hit very hard, and they were able to hold on to that first place.
And that's what I mean. Like they were consistent. Like they only had 1 bad game when they just dropped out of the first one, and the rest of the games you could always see them in the end game.
Yep.
And 5,000 euro, and they look pretty. No, that's the excited guys.
No.
That's it.
I don't think they were. Whatever.
Whatever, yeah, it doesn't matter right now. But still, they look like a young lads. 5,000 euro on their account right now. I think that's a pretty start to go. And I think they got already organization, so I think the organization as well is happy for them.
Yeah, I mean, if you are representing an org, going to a LAN like this, definitely also giving a lot of recognition to the org itself, who are
Exactly.
going to be really grateful to you as your players. Looking really good. I want to see them lift the trophy. Can they actually do that?
I look at it, it's like it's so huge.
Viszont még lesz egy utolsó
I
lootosztás.
please pick it up.
Van a raktáron. Holnap meg még több lesz, szóval akkor mindent
Come on,
eldobálunk.
dude.
Úgyhogy még tessék itt
I'm
maradni.
not sure if they can do it.
Aztán búcsúzunk mi is, a
I'm
kaszterek is.
99% sure they won't do it. They will touch it and they will feel how.
Még hadd
Oh, there we
yeah.
have the standings. So 3 points difference between the second place and the first place. 1 point difference between the second and third. And then, oh my god, look at the difference. 12 points. and
40
further.
points between first and the 10th place.
Jacob and Biznikas actually found their way back into the top
they
10
did? Oh,
somehow. I
congratulations.
mean, they did have a good last game, but I didn't expect it to be to have been so good.
Yeah, and Reno and Sky, it paid off for them to get the extra. I think they got 7 points
Wow.
this game, so they managed to get top 7.
Yeah, and 6th place, Stroke and Alchem. Though
they
they
won
won
the
that
last
last game, and that brought them to the 2nd place.
I mean, just 6th place.
6th, yeah. I don't know what happened. Sorry, 6th place, that's right.
Yeah. Congratulations to all the teams. They fought pretty well. It was intense. It was close. And I love it. I loved it that till the very end we didn't know who's gonna take the trophy and who's gonna take the top 5 spots. So I hope the future tournaments, overall Fortnite ones, will not be like one team is dominating and then the rest, like it's like, I think there was like one occasion with Mitro, Benji and Mongrel, there was like 40 points difference between 1st and 2nd place. I don't like
And they also dominated their heat.
yeah, I don't like, I prefer
uh,
games to be more closer, so it feels like it's a tournament, not just like a stomp.
All right, but I think that for today, this is all that we have for you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much to everyone that is tuned in to this English broadcast of the V4
Exactly.
Fortnite Royale.
I hope you enjoyed it, and we will say bye to you from
Nero,
and Chawe. Thank you very much.
Have a
and
good night.
Have a good night.